from rawfreedom.co.uk, and today I'm going to be demonstrating a really light and fresh lime mousse. Brilliant because it's dairy free, refined sugar free, and just a really healthy alternative to those dairy based mousses. So lime mousse made raw style is with avocados. And a lot of people think that avocado with mousse sounds like a strange idea, but you'd be amazed when you have enough flavouring in it, you don't taste the avocado at all. So we're going to take 2 ripe avocados, and the way that you tell if they're ripe is you give them a bit of a squeeze, and if it gives slightly under your thumb, then it usually means that it's ripe. The next way to make sure that it's ripe is to cut around it in half and to twist. And if it comes away easily, that means it's ripe. If it doesn't come away easily, keep it together, don't break it away from the stone, and it'll carry on ripening. If you rip it apart and separate it, it'll stop ripening. Some of you will know that tip very well, some of you won't. So I'm just going to scoop out the avocado into my blender. If you don't have a jug blender like this, you can just use a normal hand blender. It works really well, this recipe, with a hand blender. And make sure when you do it that you're not getting the little stem that's left in the avocado. You don't want to get that in there because it just gives it a gritty texture that's not very pleasant. And then you want to do your zesting first. So we're going to put in the zest of half a lime. And you can use an actual, like a zester like this, or you can just use the finest grating side on a normal grater, on like a hand grater. And when you're zesting, you literally just want to take the colour off. You don't want to get down into the white pith, because the white pith is really quite bitter. So when you've got your half of a lime zested, just gather that up and put it in your blender. And then you want to juice your limes. So we need 2 tablespoons of lime juice. If your limes are really quite hard, one of the ways that you can make the juice release a lot easier is to just push down on it and roll it. And that will make your lime much juicier when you come to squeeze it. Two tablespoons of lime juice. It really depends on how big your limes are, how juicy your limes are. So in go your 2 tablespoons of lime juice. And then to that we are going to add 120 millilitres of water. This is filtered water. I generally try not to use tap water if I can help it. And then we've got agave syrup. Now this is actually raw agave syrup. I don't recommend that you use the normal agave syrup that you can get in supermarkets and places like that, because it's very refined and very cooked, and it has, you know, it will give you sugar spikes, whilst raw agave syrup is actually low GI, low glycemic. So this is, I get it from Superfoodies, which you can get from detoxyourworld.com in the UK. And then, so it really depends on how sweet you like your mousse. I've got quite a sweet tooth, so I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of agave syrup in. And then you just blend. And what happens is the fat from the avocados and the water combine and emulsify together to give you a really lovely light mousse. What you'll notice is when you first start blending, it's really quite liquidy, but the more that you keep blending, the more it will emulsify and thicken. So then you're going to pour your delicious mousse into a bowl, and this is really enough for 2 people. And what I tend to do is either I will sprinkle a little bit of lime zest on the top, or I'll just do a thin sliver of lime, cut it in half, and just do a lime twist on the top. And that is delicious.